everyone, my name is Linda Steffens and I am the founder of the Small Business Project, and I'm here at the Accounting Business Expo in Melbourne chatting with one of our lovely accountants, Shona. Would you like to introduce yourself,
Hi.
Shona?
My name's Shona Tramontana. I'm the director at Tramontana Accountants, and been working with Linda for about a year now.
Yeah, fabulous. So tell us about your firm, your clients, what's sort of going on in your day-to-day, Shona?
So we've got a small firm of 4 accountants and 2 support staff. We have clients in a broad range of industries. We do compliance work. We also have always done advisory in more of an ad hoc manner.
Okay,
That's where we
perfect.
sit.
So how did you first come across the Small Business Project and our 4-step advisory process?
I was searching the internet many years ago to try and find something that formulated advisory service, and came across the catchphrase that you have, which is about ad hoc advisory.
Yes.
Downloaded your book, The Accounting Revolution.
Yes.
Read it. Thought, this is great, I can do this, and put it aside.
Yeah. We see that happen just a little bit, you know? Yeah. So let's rewind back to that time then when you discovered that. What was sort of not working for you in the business, or how you would have liked?
I just didn't think it was consistent enough. I think clients were coming with a specific problem which we would then do the groundwork for to help them reach their next stage of growth, but I felt the checks and balances weren't in place to keep them on that trajectory.
Yeah, okay. So you were already providing clients with advisory work?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, great. So was that consistent? You mentioned ad hoc
Yeah,
before.
no. It was larger clients that required us to do some hands-on.
Okay.
And we were very hands-on with some larger clients, but the smaller ones I felt sort of were left to their own devices unless they had an issue.
Yeah, okay. So on a scale of 1 to 10, how confident were you in being able to really roll out advisory to your whole client base?
Look, I'd have to say it would be a 5. It was a wish,
Okay.
but not necessarily the skills to say this is the structure that we have.
Yeah.
So I would say I'd be happy talking about it, but converting it was a whole other thing.
Yeah, so very much you were in that position of where clients came asking for it, you could easily deliver that to them,
Yes.
but there was no consistent process around that. Okay. So what concerned you the most then if you were going to stay at that 5 out of 10?
Look, it would just be that I'd die of boredom from doing compliance work, I guess. I think for my personality, the bigger clients I worked with in the advisory space where I was hands-on, and I saw the growth and how they improved, actually gave me a lot of satisfaction. So I was looking for a formula that would work across my whole small business client base.
Yeah, okay. And so looking back as you were going through the training, so you went through, you've done our training, you've done a number of our training programs, haven't you?
Yes,
yeah,
I have.
Yeah.
I have.
So what did you get the most benefit from personally and professionally?
A few things. We're always learning, and you're never too old to learn. So I felt that I learnt a lot. I had a process to follow, and as accountants I think we like a process. We like to know where we stand. We like to have a formula, and that your program gave me that.
Okay, great. And which bits did you enjoy about the training program?
I liked the format of the training. I liked that I had workshops with other accountants doing the course.
Yeah.
I liked the accountability. I felt that it prompted me to make sure I did things. I liked the fact that we could practice it before rolling it out to our clients.
Yeah.
And then, moving out of the program to when it was like, you have to do this with a friendly, and then Linda would ring you and say, have you done this? And you felt responsible.
Yeah.
So it was about not being perfect. It was about just getting out there, giving it a go.
Okay. And what's been the hardest thing that you've had to tackle since working with us, do you think?
With my clients or with the
Either.
Well, so I suppose with the clients, it's not getting bogged down back into the compliance work.
Yeah.
and being able to have the time to put this proposition to clients. And I think marketing it to the clients has been the more difficult thing for me, which I'm still getting towards. I've got many clients doing it, but doing it on a broader base is what I'm
Okay. Do you think confidence comes into that as well? Like, I suppose if you look back before when you were doing things ad hoc, it was easy just to sort of go with the flow, wasn't it? But I mean, then you're like, I've got this process, I can roll it out to the entire client base. It's like, oh my gosh, you know, am I confident enough that I can deliver all of that
Yes,
then?
I think confidence, absolutely, and time, I guess. So
Yeah.
it's making the time, but definitely confidence, because until you do a few of the sessions with your clients, you don't realise how easy it is, and that you've been given all the support through the questions to ask. You know, how you structure everything, and until you get confident with that, you don't realise how easy it is.
So you touched on this before, but I just want to go back to it as well. We see a lot of people, whether they're buying computer solutions, technology, doing training, we go and we do the training, and then we go back to our full-time jobs and not much happens.
Yeah.
What would you say that we do around that?
Yeah, around that, it's the accountability.
Okay.
It is the, you know, I want to catch up with you in a month, and I expect that you've done a dig session, or I expect that you've done this. So all of a sudden, there's a time limit on it. And I guess if you really want to advance this side of your business, you make it work.
Yeah.
But you make it work because I'm going to have a Zoom meeting with you on the 31st of March. So even if it's on the 30th, I'll get that done.
Very good. And so we've got 12 weeks of training in the first signature training program. How far into the 12 weeks did you feel confident to start using the process with clients?
I would think within the first 4 weeks, once I had a grasp on the concepts, maybe even earlier, I felt confident to start talking to clients about it. Talking to clients about business improvement.
Yes.
How we could help. Looking forward, not just looking backwards. So my language changed.
Okay.
The clients got a better sense of what I could do for them.
Yes.
And I also found that a lot of my clients, they wanted this but didn't know what to ask for.
That's the classic, isn't it? Clients don't know what they don't know. They have an image of what accountants do and how we can help them, and we've really got to, as an accountant, as an advisor, get on the front foot to be able to let clients know exactly how we can help them, and this process helps with that, right?
Oh, completely.
Yeah, okay. So when you started using it with clients, what did you learn from their reaction? There we go, you just went, oh.
Look, I'm still blown away that when I started using it with clients, that it just focused them so much. It gave them an insight into their business that, although in their heads they think they know, it gave them some negative and very positive reflection on their business, to the point where one client sat there and said, I can see how I have to improve, but I'm actually surprised at how good a product we have. So it gave them both sides.
Yeah.
So then all of a sudden they were more inspired to start filling the gaps.
Great.
Closing those gaps.
Because I suppose in, you know, as any business owner, it's very easy to be focused on the negative, you
absolutely.
know. So positive reinforcement, as well as, I suppose you're entering that learning growth zone, aren't you, with the client, which is entirely different space to accounting and tax.
Yeah, and it's a very, it certainly is, and they're the ones providing the answers. So you sort of change and flip your role, and you'd be surprised how much input they have.
Yeah.
And how much they enjoy the process, because it's about them.
Yes.
And it's not us just saying, you need to do this, you need to do this, you need to do this. They're involved in the conversation. So it's great.
So you've got some clients already using this process. What would you say the next 12 months looks like as far as advisory revenue for you?
Oh, look, I would say, and I've only rolled it out to a handful of clients.
Yeah, so start small.
Yep, start small. And then as my confidence has grown, I'm now getting more clients on board.
Yes.
So as I'm having tax planning sessions, I'm asking them if they're interested.
Yeah.
Without being too salesy, because we're not that way inclined.
No.
I'm actually finding the moment I start talking about it, they're actually asking me questions.
Great.
Yeah.
Great.
So I'm not actually having to do anything other than say, listen, do you want to know,
Yes.
how to improve this side of your business, and the education for them is
Yeah.
instrumental.
So you're finding you're stepping into those shoes of an advisory first approach, which is something we talk about all
Yep.
the time.
And although I thought we were an advisory first
That's
approach,
interesting.
we
Yes.
were that. We actually weren't, because
No.
clients were coming to us at the end of the financial year or within 6 months of the end, and we were always looking back.
Yeah.
And so it's hard to fix a problem when you're looking back 6 to sometimes 18 months. So this is putting us ahead of the game.
Great. And so that is saying to me then that your perception of what you thought advisory even was
Very different.
has changed.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
To something that's, what is it now for you?
For me, it's about getting the clients into a position where they can grow and have the life that they want. It's about helping them improve, not fail. Before, I felt like advisory was, if they got into trouble, I'd get them out of trouble.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, now this goes from the other end. They never should get into trouble in the first place.
Right.
Let's put them in a position of getting better and growing.
Fabulous. And how does that make you feel about your professional career and where you're at?
Oh my goodness, it's
Your
so much.
business.
It's so much more exciting. It's so much more fun. I mean, I never enjoyed the tax compliance stuff.
It's not quite your thing.
Not quite my thing.
No.
It might be someone's thing. but
Yes,
it's not quite
fair
mine.
enough.
So staff, I've got staff that handle all that. I do the checking, but I'm inspired and getting the positive feedback from my clients. It's amazing.
Fabulous. Thank you so much for sharing your experience with us. We've watched you grow and achieve so much in such a short time, so we're very excited to continue working with you, of course. But one last question, just going back to the moment where you were sitting on the fence, you weren't quite sure, is this the thing for me?
Yeah.
What would you say to yourself now?
Oh, just do it. Do it.
Just do it.
It can't hurt, because even if you weren't, even if you're sitting on the fence, just try it. If you try it and you see some result, it is better than not trying anything new.
Fabulous.
Definitely.
Thank you so much, Shona. Very much appreciate your insight.
welcome.
And thank you for coming along. If anybody would like to talk to us about the Small Business Project and our 4-step advisory process and training, all you need to do is just hop online, hop onto the Expo app, book a call with us, and we can tell you a whole lot more about that. So thank you so much.
You're welcome.